our guest today, and it's a great pleasure for the university to host this talk. When I requested a room for this event, I met a lot of disbelief among my colleagues, suggesting that on the 29th, Saturday in the afternoon, I would definitely be on my own. And I'm delighted that Amor Pokran, who's organized this and put this together, has proven me wrong, and that you've all come. There is considerable interest on campus in things relating to Nepal, but I must say that as in so many other walks of life, also here, India is the kind of dominant focus of work when it comes to South Asian studies. But I would like to encourage you, if you have distinguished guests like Mr. Mahabir Pun passing through the Bay Area, please use the opportunity to contact me. I'm always very, very happy when the chance is to host events such as this. So please be in touch with us and make use of UC Berkeley, either through the Center of South Asian Studies or through the Department of South Asian Studies. I'd like to turn over now to either you or to Amor when he comes back to introduce our distinguished speaker and to chair the program for the day.
Amor is the person who really organized the talk in here, so we are really thankful to him. But let me start with welcoming of braving the weather, braving 29th December, and all that. That shows that there is interest. That's good. So with that, well, let me really introduce our speaker today. On behalf of Computer Association of Nepal, USA chapter. It's a small organization in Nepal, but making a big impact. Has been there for 15 years now. We have just established from ground the USA chapter, and having our speaker today in here is an honor. It's a true honor for me to introduce him. His story, I would say that is a similar of many of us in here. Growing up in a small village, receiving education in a nearby city in Nepal, and coming in the United States for higher education. But maybe similarity ends right there between him and us. Is we, most of us, we stayed in here to have our American dream fulfilled. But he chose to return to the native village. To work in there. He started teaching part-time, but his legacy to even more than his just teaching and doing other stuff. He was really determined to have opportunities given to the village and his community more than what he got as he was growing up. So he had some ideas, and then he put, his ideas were casted by BBC in 2001. And then that time when, the volunteers backpacked the equipment and all of the technology, and then from 2003, his village, Nangi, was online. And it's interesting to see the volunteers who did work for him are here today, either on the phone or in the audience, which is great. Still working on the project. Interestingly, our speaker did not stop right there. He really lobbied even the parliament in Nepal to deregulate the internet in Nepal so that it becomes widespread. Yeah, hello. And his so much hard work has not gone unnoticed. As most of you already know, he was awarded prestigious Ramon Magsaysay Award this year for his leadership in the community, which is considered Nobel Prize of Asia. So, with all this hard work, all this effort by mostly leading by him and a lot of volunteers, today there are around, he will tell the numbers, but 20 villages in 3 different remote districts are connected wirelessly. And then not only students, farmers, health workers, And even the government are utilizing these innovations to advance themselves and the community ultimately. So without any further delay, I would like to hand over. Amo, would you like to speak something? Otherwise, I will hand over
Yeah,
to
it's fine.
Okay, I'll hand over to our distinguished guest, Mr. Mahabir Pun. You can start there. I'll put this on this.
I would like to thank you, the organizer, Vinitji. He was the one who first contacted me and asked me if I could come here and talk about the programs that I have been doing in Nepal. And so I'm glad to be here and meet many of you, some of our former volunteers also. Let me start actually about some of these things that I have been doing in Nepal. Right now we have, besides me, we have two person here. Robin Seals is here and Sandeep Giri, who have been volunteering for our projects in Nepal for last several years. So I also want them to be a part of this this program, and they will also help me and to run this talk program. And today, I think this is just the outline of the agenda that I am going to talk about. My story. My story is not a big story, but I graduated from the University of Nebraska in 1992 for my undergraduate degree and went back home. And I was not quite sure what I can do, how I can do, because I just had that diploma, this undergraduate diploma with me. I didn't have any money to do anything, and I didn't have any help also. So I just tried to find some ways to do something and to keep myself busy in Nepal. That's how we started the Himachal Education Foundation with the help of my professors and the friends in Nebraska. And this is the organization that I am involved with to run the programs in Nepal. Right now I am also involved with some other organizations also, but this is the main organization, Himachal Education Foundation, Himachal.org. Today I would like to talk about some of the stages, especially in this wireless networking project that you have been you are hearing about. Then the core services that this project is providing to the villages, and the technology that we are using to provide those services, and some of the new projects that we are we're working on, and the future program. How we started the wireless networking project. This is a story actually that you would like to know about. Actually, when I went to Nepal in 1992, from there I helped to start a high school in my village. And from 1992 to almost 1999, I had to come down to Pokhara, the nearest town to Pokhara, to check my email once a month. I had to walk about 5-6 hours down and then take a bus and go to that town and check my email and go back to the village. I did that for 7-8 years, doing like that way. Finally I got tired and I wanted to find ways to bring internet in the village. But the problem was my village was far from the city. We didn't have any telephone to get connected to the internet or to email services. And my background was not a computer. I was not a computer background. My background is education. I did not know anything about the technology that we could use. So in 2001, actually, I wrote an email to BBC and asked them if they know anybody around the world who can help me to bring internet in remote mountain villages. The first question they asked was, why do you need internet in the village? And I told them the story, and they published this article, online news about my village, and then we got volunteers from Europe, first 2 volunteers from Europe, and that's how this networking project was started. Before that, let me show you the picture of this village. You can see down there the cluster houses there. That's the village where I am from, and on the top of that you see some white patches there, and that is special school. And on the background you can see the Himalayas there. And this is the existing network, and I'm going to tell in more detail about this program later on. Right now there on the right corner, far end corner, you can see the places there. There's Pokhara, and my district is far away from there. So we had to connect from there to these villages through a relay station, because from the nearest city to the top of the mountain, there was a mountain, 11,000 feet high mountain in between Pokhara and my village, and we had to go over that mountain. So we have to build a relay station. Now this is a little bit older one, the network photo. We have connected 20 villages around there. And that town over there, that's the town that has the internet connection, ISP, internet service provider, that has telephone and that has hospital, everything there. So this is the implementing phases, the pilot phase, or I would like to call it testing phase. Actually, in 2002, after the BBC article was published, we got 2 volunteers, one from Finland and one from Belgium. Those are the especially college students. They didn't have much ideas about the wireless networking either. They had computer background, but they didn't know much about wireless networking. So after they came to the village, we talk about how we can bring the internet, how we can connect the village with the wireless. And that time we didn't even have the equipment. One of the volunteers, he had brought 2 PCI cards, wireless PCI cards to the village, and we played with it for a while. And then later we asked some people to donate wireless Wi-Fi radios, and we got some of them. But the wireless radios that we got was the indoor wireless Wi-Fi radio. So that had in the manual that had 900 feet maximum outdoor range. But we were trying to find ways to connect that town in Pokhara that was about 40 kilometers far from the village through a relay station. So when we talk about this idea to the people, especially these telecommunication engineers we know in Europe and in America and in Singapore, they said, no, this is not going to work, because this is Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi would not go that far. That's what they were suggesting. But we didn't give up. Actually, we did several testings, and we used we built some antennas using different things there, and we also use this TV antenna people used to get satellite TV, because we didn't have antennas, good antennas. So using these antennas, we spent 2-3 months doing several testings, and finally we decided to do this long-range testing, and we use one of this dish, put one of this dish with that small indoor radio, and one in Pokhara and one on the top of that mountain there, 11,000 feet high. So, to our surprise, immediately we put this radio, this dish on the ground and connected it to the radio and pinged to Pokhara, and within a few minutes, a couple of minutes, we got connected to Pokhara. So we were very encouraged by that, and later we put this dish on the top of the tree, and then we started the project. And after that, it was not that difficult. Then after the successful testing phase in 2003, we started the first phase, implement the first phase of the project. What happened that time when we were doing testing, Robin was there the first time as a volunteer. So when he came back to UCL, he was usually at the UCL there, he still is there. So when he came back and he talked to one of the guy called Mark. Mark is supposed to be here actually. He's not. I think he's driving still. Okay. He talked to Mark, who was an undergraduate student. He was a master's student, and Mark was undergraduate student to him, and he applied for a grant. I don't know. It's a research grant. That he was eligible for, and he applied for this $10,000 grant and got that grant, and we were quite happy for that. And he bought the equipment that were needed. Actually, that time we also had another volunteer who from Boston, Says. I think he's online right now. Are you Says there? So he, yeah, okay, he's in Boston. And Says and Robin and this Mark, they did a lot of testing. I didn't do any testing actually that time. And we had some other volunteers also from here, from UCLA. So we did several testing, and then we started this first phase implementation in 2003. That time we connected 5 villages in 2003. So these are the pictures of that from the time. This time we had a better grid antenna and better radios, Wi-Fi radios. Then for the second phase, in 2005 we got some grant. Actually that was a competition we won from the World Bank called Development Marketplace. In 2005 there was $20,000 grant, and we won that grant and used that money to buy more equipments and connected, that time we connected 13 villages. That was how this project, our project got publicity around the world through the media. So now we have network, until now we have network 20 villages in 3 districts of Nepal, Kashti, Parbat and Magdi districts, and it takes, in order to go around all these villages, it takes at least 8 days for me to go around. And that's how we measure the distance in Nepal, because we don't have any roads there, so we have to walk to visit all these areas. Total population of 22,000, and we have several schools connected to the network as well. I would like to show some of the pictures of these villages that are connected in the network. This is the, you can see there you can see some white patches there. That is the school. That's where I started working first as a volunteer, and I had that two-star high school there. When I went there, there was just a small building. Now that area, most of this area is almost covered. This is another village. I don't have picture of all the villages, but some villages. So, that's the story. That's the story behind this project. So, the core services that we are providing uh, is actually right now we have some goals, and we are also providing some services to the villages there. First is communication. Like I said, all these areas, all these 20 villages, they don't have any coverage of mobile. There is no telephone, and many of those villages, they don't even have a post office there. So we are using this network for communication purpose, using this VoIP for local VoIP, and also we have connected our network to the telephone line of the Nepal Telephone Company. Right now we have 5 telephone line connected to our PBX server in Pokhara, and the villages are, all these 20 villages are using this 5 telephone line, and those lines are always busy. And we are using this network, and we have this bulletin board where people can post their messages and announcement in local news. So we are using that way. And another thing is education. We are actually, one of our main goal is to use this network for education and health purpose, because the reason is because most of these mountain villages, they have schools there, some schools, high school or middle schools, but those are government schools, and the government always don't provide enough teachers to those schools. There are always shortage of teachers. There are not, the teachers who are there, are most of them are not qualified teachers. So there is always a shortage of teachers. So what we are trying to do is trying to use the network to provide these educational opportunities, provide educational materials to the students, and also materials to the teacher as well. We have done some of the pilot for this program, and we have been able to run this network for tele-education or distance learning program so far, but we are working on it. Right now we are working on developing this educational content for the students grade 1 through 10 based on the textbook in Nepali. So we are working on that. And health also, similar thing. We don't have any doctors in the village. There are no clinic, no hospital. Hospitals is in the city or in the cities, and so we cannot force the doctors to go to the village and work there, because they have to make their living as well. So the idea of this health program, is to connect these rural villages that have some health worker with basic health training and connect them to the city hospital. There is one hospital in Pokhara right now, and these doctors are volunteering to provide some services assistance when they get time. So we are also working very hard on this education and health program, and we are not quite done it. We are also doing a lot of research on this, how to make it run smoothly, and we will have something within 1 year, because we are doing a lot of research. The local e-commerce also, where the idea of local e-commerce is to help villagers especially to provide information about the products they have to sell. Or they would like to buy. So we just launched this program in the village, and especially actually we are doing testing for this also. Right now, some of these college students who were in the final year, they helped to develop an application called Hat Bazaar, and the idea is to teach the people in the rural areas to help them put the products they want to sell. It's not like the e-commerce here. It's not like you just go there and pay using your credit card and then they will send it. It's not like that. And job and the business creation, one of the goals of this project is to create jobs for the local people there. I mean, this is not a big project, it's a small project. We are not going to create a lot of jobs for the people, for the students there, but still the goal is to create some jobs. And this e-governance plan is actually, this is just an idea, we haven't worked anything on it, but what we would like to do, we would like to work with the government, especially government has a e-governance master plan, and we would like to work with the government to implement that program, to provide services to the villages. That's the goal and the uses of the project. And this is the internal homepage of the network that villagers they use. There you have Hat Bazaar. You click on there. You can go to the local e-commerce page, and there's announcement, announcement, or local news, or urgent news. This is the bulletin board actually, PSP bulletin board, and so people can go there and post messages, and the messages show up here, and they can read and post their message. Anyone can do that. I can do it from here also. So, and also this section down here is the educational materials, and whatever we develop, we will have a link in that, and the students and teachers can go and get those materials there. And some of these links to the local news over there on that side. Especially in the rural areas, we never get any newspaper. So after we connected these villages to the network, then now people have been able to read at least news, online news from the internet. This has been a main source of newspaper for them. This is an example of the a picture of the tele-teaching idea, to teach live from one school to different school at the same time. So whoever is a qualified teacher in those schools in that area, so he can teach. I mean, live to the classrooms in other schools. And this is a two-way communication, and so the students can also interact. And this is an example of the telemedicine. The village health worker, they are connected to the hospital through the wireless network, and whenever doctor is available in the hospital, they can talk to the doctor, and if the doctor is not available at the hospital, they can call to the doctor's mobile wherever he is. So whenever some emergency happens, they can get some assistance. So we are working very hard on this to make to run these programs smoothly. I use computers. We don't ask any people to donate computers, brand new computers. We ask them to connect whatever they have, and this is after we get many people who travel from America or Canada to Nepal. They have to bring used computer parts, and we collect them in Kathmandu and bring in the village, and they work very well. Also, telecenters, like I said, telecenters has become in different villages have become a source of a newspaper. I mean, for the villages. Even the old people are interested to visit the telecenters and read the newspapers. The revenue stream of the project, and this is concern of this, especially the donor agencies and anybody's, our concern as well, because we can build the network, but the concern is how we make it sustainable. So we need to have some streams of revenue to pay for the operating costs and the maintenance costs for the network. So far, our main revenue system, source stream has been the telephone call. So villagers pay for the uses of the telephone, and they also pay for the monthly fee. Monthly, especially students and teachers, they have to pay a little bit money as a monthly fee. Also the users, this is like an internet cafe in the village. So whenever they want to use, we charge like a little bit money on hourly basis to generate some income. Also, these villages have like photocopy machine and photo printing printer. I mean, whenever they need to print something or make photocopy of something, they can go there and use it, and they are charged for that. And some villages, they have also started this basic computer training to the villagers who are interested to learn computers, to learn how to use internet, to learn how to do Yahoo Messenger chatting or type some papers. So they have some fee for that. So this is the some of the sources of the revenue for the communication centers that we have built. I mean, because these communication centers, they have to find ways to make it sustain. So that's how they make generate some money to operate the center. For the network, we charge these telecenters as telephone bill at a rate above that charged by the telephone company, about say 10%. So there is a telephone call rate, and we charge on average about 10% more on the top of that, and that comes to the network and to the network and that's help. Come here, Mike. Here's Mike. You missed that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mike is the one who got that $10,000 grant for the first time and had to install this first wireless. And now he is going to school in medical school in Stanford. So then they have to pay for the internet, because internet connection, connectivity. Because internet connectivity in Nepal is very expensive. It's much more, it's almost several times more expensive than it is here. Here. So we charge this communication center in the village from $10 to $20 a month, depending on the number of computers they use in their center. Some of them use like 3 or 4 computers, or 4 or 5, some of them use 10 computers. So based on the number of computers they use, we charge some monthly fee. So that's how we're trying to, and we're just, running this, making this network run. Some telephone call rate, for example, different villages, they have different call rate. We don't ask them to charge, okay, you have to charge this much. We have minimum, you have to charge this much. On the top of that, whatever more you charge, that will be your income. So this is just an example of that one. The goal is to create some jobs in the rural areas. Like I said, we haven't been able to create a lot of jobs, but still some of the people are getting some jobs, even if it is not well-paid job, but it is something that's good to have. This project, this is, like I said, this is not a big project so far, but we hope to, be a big project in future. So far, we haven't created much business opportunities, but still there is some business opportunities. Especially in the field of ICT, like we have to buy the equipment, like the wireless equipment, we have to buy the computers or monitors. Like I said, we build this, we collect this used computer parts, but the villagers have to buy the new monitor, they have to buy keyboards, they have to buy mouse and printer. This has created some business opportunities for these I mean, for local and global businesses. And also, after this political situation calmed down a year ago, we are starting. We are getting more and more tourists in Nepal. So we are using. The school has run some tourism program right now, and the network has been very helpful to communicate with the companies in the cities. And e-commerce, like I said, e-commerce has right now. We are doing this as a pilot. We are not charging any money to the people who are using services for the local e-commerce, but in the long term, this is not going to be free. So we will charge something whenever they will be able to sell something from this local network. They will be charged some money, and we are just doing it for free right now. Present management structure, management wise, right now this is a public enterprise, because the school that is running these projects right now is a public school. It's a community school, I would like to say, partly supported by the government and partly supported by the community. So it's a public enterprise, and the school helps to build the network and manage the network also, and technical support it provides. But in the long run, we would like to run this as a business. As a business entity with the by working with business partners who would be interested to work with us. So this is the actually regulatory and legal challenges when we started this wireless network in 2003. And like Mike and Robin, they brought all this wireless equipment. That time it was the government required to get the license to import the wireless equipment and to use the wireless equipment as well. But because the fighting was going on fighting was intense in Nepal that time, it was almost impossible to get a license. So we decided to import everything illegally. They have to build it. They are the ones who have to import or smuggle these equipments to Nepal illegally, and we built this wireless network. But later, after we got democracy in Nepal, then we lobbied with the government. I went to the parliament and give them presentation about this network and all these benefits that this is going to provide to the rural people, and they were quite interested in the D-license, this Wi-Fi 2.4 gigahertz, 5.7 gigahertz band, the D-license. Also, there was this license fee to start a high license fee to start a ISP in Nepal. It was almost $15,000 to $20,000 to get a license to use the VSAT satellite, to get internet connection, and to start a ISP. Nobody was interested to spend that much money and bring internet in the rural areas, because businessmen always they need return. They don't want to invest money for nothing. They need return, and there was no chance to get return. So nobody was providing this internet service in the rural areas. So we lobbied with the government, and now they have brought down the license fee to 100 rupees, which is about $1.50 to use the VSAT, and $1.50 to start ISP. That's the license fee in the rural areas. So now more and more people, even small businessmen are interested to start ISP and bring internet. So we hope that there will be more ISPs, small ISPs in the rural areas. So And VoIP. So this VoIP is still international VoIP is still illegal in Nepal. After we lobbied for several months, they have legalized PC to PC or IP to IP VoIP, but this international VoIP is still illegal. I think. I mean, so far the government has the IT policy has been quite liberal, and we hope to open this VoIP, international VoIP in future as well. So that will provide opportunity to get cheaper communication and telephone services in future. So practical lesson, when we started this project, like I said, we didn't have any idea. I didn't know anything about Wi-Fi, and this volunteer who first came, they didn't know much about Wi-Fi also. So we learned, and Robin, he didn't have much idea.
I have no idea.
So we had to learn everything from scratch. We have to learn everything from the very beginning. And we learn a lot of things, and we are still learning. And I don't say that we are the expert on this area. I am not, and we are not. And technology. The technology that we have been using is just the Wi-Fi. We started using from the Wi-Fi, and this is access technology. We use is PC, laptop, whatever we get. And they use PCs, and in most of these places, some of them have now bought new PCs, but most of the old PCs in the rural schools are the used ones. Equipments for VoIP, we are using this Sipura and Granny Steams and Cisco, these adapters for VoIP, and also for video conferencing. We haven't been able to buy these expensive video conferencing equipment. We are using some cheaper network cameras, and we are using some open source software called VLC for video conferencing. But the college students in Kathmandu, they are also helping to develop software, video conferencing software right now. Transport technology, this is 2.4 gigahertz. Also, we are using 5.7 gigahertz Motorola canopy for the backbone because we found that we need a stronger backbone. When the network grows bigger and bigger, we need a stronger backbone and a quite reliable backbone. That's why we are using this Motorola so far, which is expensive. We are using this homemade antennas and some grid antennas, Linksys router, switches, different brands. So all these Wi-Fi radios are different brands. This is one of the pictures. This is the canopy for the backbone that is connected to Pokhara, and most places, all of the places, we haven't built any big structure, big tower, because building a tower is a lot of money. So we are using whatever we get, mostly trees, and we have put our radius like that, and we have a network we have a base station in Pokhara, and we have a network server, Linux based server, and that has a static PBX to connect this telephone line and provide VoIP services to the villages. We have PSP bulletin board, we have Apache and a server, and we have some other these applications in the server there. Linux server, this is a server in Pokhara. You can see Philip, he's the one who maintains the server from Sweden or wherever he goes. We have some other volunteers also from Kathmandu. They provide help to maintain the server. power generation. Most of these villages, many of these villages have power from main grid line, which is very unreliable in Nepal. Some of the villages, they have micro hydro, small hydro generator in their village that provide power to the village. And in some places, a couple of places we have, especially in the relay station, we are using solar power. And we also have wind generator for backup. We don't get much wind, but it's for backup. This relay 1 and 2, you see the solar panel there and the solar panel there. This is the relay station 1 and 2. They are way up in the mountain, and you see the different radios pointing to different direction, different villages. That's the wind power. And this generator here is a cycle generator. One of my engineer friend, he helped to build that generator. Especially in monsoon time, sometimes we don't get power for weeks. That time we use that generator to.
So somebody bicycles it?
Yes, somebody has to.
Okay, good exercise.
But I mean that provides some power from the power, not much. This is the current project we are working. I mean we finished actually. We finished right now. And we have. This is near Kathmandu. From Kathmandu to the south of Kathmandu, from Kathmandu to the end point, which is about 40 miles on that side. So this is the eastern part of Mokwanpur, which is a very remote area. And the district development, district government and the member of parliament spend money in that project. And also we have Jim Foster. He also provided some financial support to build this network. And we have connected Kathmandu to Dolakha. There's a hospital in Dolakha. And that hospital, small hospital, is connected to Kathmandu Model Hospital in Bagh Bazar. This is for telemedicine.
If I may go back to the slide that you presented, the equipments that you use, you talked about the different antennas as well as the radios that you purchased. Do you have any specific needs? You didn't mention anything about discrete amplifiers as such. Do you have any needs for amplifiers? Specifically as opposed to completely integrated radios?
So far, especially in our experience, is that we don't need any amplifier in the mountain. These radios that has 100 milliwatt transmit power that can go 30 kilometers easily, because there are no interferences in the mountain. So we haven't used any amplifier in the network. So this grid antenna, some of them are built in Kathmandu. This home built antenna. They can go long range in the mountain environment.
Can you explain this network and is it connected with your network?
This is not connected. Oh. This is a separate network near Kathmandu.
Okay.
Okay, and then our plan is to connect this network, to make the network, and I will show you the example later. This is something that we helped one Japanese university to build this network. This is a Imja Lake monitoring network. This Imja Lake is just near the Mount Everest. You can see Mount Everest over there. It's a big glacial lake. Because of the global warming, the lake is, the ice is melting and the lake is growing, and they say that this has reached the dangerous level. It can burst any time. So whenever it bursts, then it will wash over all these villages along downstream. So they asked me if it is possible to build a network like that and monitor it from Japan, and I said technically it is possible. And so I mean it's not providing any internet services to the rural areas right now, but the plan is they have that plan to provide internet services in that area as well. But this is this is a good project to save the life of many people in future. So we have to build this, and there is Namche Bazar here. From Namche it is connected to the network, to the internet and that's how this Japanese company monitor the. So this is the lake over here, and there's the sensor they have put along the lake, and those sensors collect the data and send it to Namche, and from Namche it goes to the internet.
What happens in the winter time?
Winter
Whole
time-
thing will be in the snow.
Yeah, that's something problem actually we are facing right now. Especially the battery, and they go. I mean they goes down, and we are trying to resolve that. I mean this is something. This is just an example of the picture they can see from Japan. This is Namche Bazar as well, and there's the picture of the lake as well. This is another small network we have to build in Tanshin to the southern part. It's a remote area. Tanshin is along the highway, but the area we have connected is far away from the city. The future program, we have a big, big goal. We would like to replicate this network throughout the country. We would like to provide, this telemedicine and tele-teaching services to as many schools and to the villages as possible. And also, when the network grows bigger and bigger, we need to provide training to more and more people. So these are the programs that we are planning, we're working on right now. This is a new project that we are working on right now. Kathmandu is over there, and Pokhara is here. Like we said, whether that network in Makanpur is connected to Magdi. So right now we are developing this project in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Science and Technology, as well as private business, Subisu Cable Network, and a private hospital, Gorkha Hospital, and our school. So we're working. I mean, we have done some detailed planning on this, and now we are in the process of finding money to build the network. So once this network is connected from Pokhara to Kathmandu, then the network in the Makanpur, in the southern side, or to Dolka, will be connected to Magdi, because from Pokhara it can go to Magdi as well. The Department of Education is also interested to connect this network to Jomsom. So once if they do that, then we will be able to connect Jomsom all the way to Kathmandu and Dolka. So this will be a kind of small network. So we are working on it. The estimated budget is about 18,000 to build this information highway. That's what we call. And the partners are our school, Minister of Science and Technology, Minister of Education, Subisu, Gorkha Hospital. And so far, I mean, we have been able to get approximately about $50,000 so far, $40,000 to $50,000, but we need $80,000 to build this network, so we're still trying to get more partners, and we're trying to bring more private businesses to be a partner for this network. This is another, it's not only for Karnali. Karnali, I think those people who are not from Nepal, you might not know about Karnali. This is considered the remotest region in Nepal. There are no roads, and it's a very, very, remote area in Nepal. So what I am working with the National Planning Commission is, especially the Member of Parliament, 19 Member of Parliament from that region, 17 districts. They were very interested to have to build a wireless network like this, and so they asked me for help to develop something, a kind of master plan. So I developed a concept paper, how we can connect to all these districts and provide services. So we gave this master plan to the National Planning Commission, and National Planning Commission theoretically has approved the plan, but they say they don't have money to help build the network. So they say they are still working on trying to find money to build the network. This year, we hope, they hope to find some money to connect at least 3 districts. They have been telling that for 2 months, and So for, I think in future this network we will be able to build this network with the government. So I mean, what this shows is the government is also interested to build a wireless network in Nepal. Lesson learned, I already talked about this, and okay, this is about the wireless projects. So, and I started the wireless project in 2001. From 1992 to 2001, I was involved. Like my background is education, and I was helping people to run the high school there and the school program. But what happened that time is because I mean all these mountain villages, they don't have these villagers don't have money to run a high school. So we started working on trying to find ways to generate some income locally. We tried everything that we could in the mountain villages, and this is a small program called fish farming. We help villagers to build small ponds in the mountain slopes. You know, it's not a big pond. A small pond in the mountain villages, and help them to raise some fish there. And this is a community lodge. So this is we started building this this year, and this is almost complete. This is going to start from next year. The reason is because we get a lot of tourists in that region. For the last 6-7 years, we didn't get any tourists in Nepal because of the fighting. Now, after this political situation has calmed down, the tourists they are back again, and they say that this year this is the record number, record high. So we hope to get some tourists, and this is also a school project. We have this 20-bed room lodge which building, and it is almost complete. And we hope to build some more lodges like this. We have paper making program. You might have seen this here in the stores in Los Angeles and in San Francisco. We have this program running in the school as well. So this has generated some income for the school as well as for the villagers who work on making this paper. This is the paper making. The paper products also, we make some small books from the paper and sell it. We have sold some, not large amount, some so far. Still the village women are learning how to make paper, how to make paper, and how to produce materials from this. And Shannon was there. She's just back from the village, and she knows everything about it. And she also helped to make papers and make the books, and this village women. Handicraft training also we provide to make things from paper, and we in one village we have this cheese making projects, and that is doing very well, especially after the tourists start coming back. And so yak farm, we have yak farm in the mountain. This is also a school project, and we have over 120 something yaks now. We are making good income from that as well. This is the local e-commerce. I am talking about. People just put whatever they have to sell in the local, local internet, and that's how they can find how we can work together and how we can help. Okay, so yeah, I started talking from Washington DC, and this is my last talk here in America this time. And what I have been asking people is to provide whatever help you can to this project, or especially to this Nepal Wireless Networking project. So for the school project, you can donate online. You can go to org and donate online, and also the second thing, especially this is I would like to run this as a campaign to donate $1 a month to help build information highway using wireless technology in the mountains of Nepal. That's the campaign, name of the campaign. We talk about in, especially when I was in Washington DC. There were people who were saying how we can help Nepal, and we came up with this idea. Okay, you can help Nepal by donating $1 a month. There are over I don't know exactly. They say over 100,000 people, Nepalese people in America, living in different parts of the country. So if we find 10,000 people out of 100,000, so that will be $10,000 a month, and will be $120,000 a year, and that $120,000 a year will be enough to connect 2 or 3 districts every year, and if we work that way, it will not take that long to connect all over Nepal. All the villages in Nepal, because Nepal is not a big country, it's just a small country, and it does not take that much money to build a network across Nepal and provide this. It is important because